Good afternoon, YouTubers. I am back and currently all the props pretty much have been made for the tea stroll, so now it's on to wardrobe. We have decided to do Regency gowns, so we're doing Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, but we threw a twist in because we're mashing it up with Steven Universe. So I am doing, ooh, squirrel, sorry, like literal squirrel. I am actually doing Lapis Lazuli, but it's in a Regency gown. So I'm actually working on cutting out the pattern now, and smarts do sometimes prevail because I can film because I have not completely created yet and show you where I am at. So basically I am using the McCall's pattern, McCall's jacket pattern. See, not completely smart yet, because otherwise I would have got out the thing beforehand, but hey, we're working on it. McCall's costume pattern. So the jacket that I'm going to be doing is this jacket right here, only I am going to be modifying it because I do not wish to have a full sleeve or a sleeve at all on the jacket. I'm putting sleeves on the dress. Now the dress is behind me, and I did not get smart on that one because I pretty much have that done. All that's left for the dress pretty much is I have to put in the enclosure, and then the Regency gown is actually done. So this is actually the jacket that accompanies it. However, I've never done sleeves. I am new to patterning. I've probably said it before. Again, I don't even think anybody watches this, so it doesn't even matter. But I am just now getting into the foray of patterns, and I have no clue how to do sleeves, like poof Regency sleeves, because they are difficult, and I'm not completely understanding what the pattern's trying to tell me to do. So, at any rate, so when you get a pattern, basically you cut out this thin, light tissue paper that comes with the pattern, and usually it has a size guide, but you never know what their guide is. So typically what I like to do is go ahead and take my measurements, and then I, on the actual fabric itself, just mark the sides and cut it out a little bit wider than what it needs to be, or a little bit slimmer, depending on where my sizing is according to the pattern. So it's easy to adjust. Once you have your pattern actually cut out, then you go to the store and you go ahead and get your yardage of fabric. Now usually on the back of the dress it'll give you, or the pattern, it'll give you like a size guide, a range on where to get, or how much fabric to get, depending on which dress you're doing. That guide always confuses the crap out of me, so usually I do what that guide says, and then I get an extra yard, because if you screw up, then you have an extra yard just in case. Alright. Once you got your yardage, once you got your pattern cut out, then you lay your pattern pieces, and everybody does this different. I don't like working with large objects of fabric, because like there's 5 more yards of fabric that would be like spread out all over. So usually I get a rough idea of how big the pieces are that I need, and then just cut it in a square and lay my pattern pieces out on it. In this particular case I need 2 of each, so the material is actually folded. And you pin. Usually I start at the top, pin the 2 sides. Because you don't need to go overboard with pinning. It's basically so your pattern doesn't wander around on you. Because if your pattern's wandering around, you're not going to get a clean line. You want to make sure and flatten out the pieces in the pattern as you go, so you don't get any bubbles. So what I like to call my anchor pins. it is opened. I just have my scissors, but from here you cut it out, and this particular pattern piece also came with a third piece that I already cut out. This is the middle back. There's right in. Middle back piece. And so basically what's going to happen, there's a bodice piece that goes to this jacket. So once all these pieces are cut out, I'm going to be pleating them to the bodice. You see the pleating on the back. I don't know if you can see the pleating on the back of this, but basically for pleating, all I do is measure about 1 inch across and stick in a pin. And there you go. There's a nice pleat. Alright, so here's a rundown on what I'm doing today. Fairly simple. I already did also peridot. Captain Kedra is doing peridot. So I'm having a little more trouble with this pattern. And Miss Kedra is learning as well. She actually sewed all the panels together down at the bottom, the skirt panels. But yeah, this is where peridot is at. The bottom dress is still, I need to put it on her and figure that out. And then this top part, I have a feeling that I'm going to have to adjust because I think it's going to be a little bit big for her. But the back enclosure and adjusting to her is really what's left on this one as well. And the sleeves. Again, I'm not real confident on the sleeve part. So, yeah, I have a feeling it's going to be way too big for the captain. But that is where we're at on peridot. Lady Jasper is going a different direction. I'll be working with her later this week. Hopefully. Maybe today. Who knows? I made the offer. We'll see. Anyway, hope everybody has a really, really fabulous Saturday, and I will see you next video.